Is going on, nerd? Welcome back to the channel and thanks for tuning in to another video. Today we are returning back to the Does It Drift video series where we purchase vehicles in-game, build them up to drift spec, and then test them rigorously to see if they have the ability to be drift cars. Today is obviously another demanded one. Once again, and obviously we are here to give you guys what you want to see. The Gauntlet Hellfire, or the Hellcat, or the Hellcat Demon Red Eye. It's the Hellfire. Today we are going to go into testing this thing out, and I'm not going to waste much time here. We're going to go right over to the Los Santos Customs. I'm going to show you guys the build, since obviously you can tell we already put some money into this thing. As you can see, even no stance, she slides around just fine. She clutch kicks real strong. She's got a lot of power that goes in that rear wheels. I have to say, this is one of my favorite cars in the game as of right now. This is a very cool car. So armor, I didn't do any armor. Brakes, I didn't do any brakes. Bumper, some of you might not like that. I like that. I don't really like how it sticks out so far, so to kind of, you know, block it a little bit with that black and blend it in with the hood, the two-tone we got going on. I like that. Exhaust, we went with the race exhaust. It's just like I mean, this one looks real nice too. I don't know, I like that look. Grill, we went with the black open grill. There's not a ton you can do here. I think the delete is probably the most aggressive. That looks pretty sick. Man, well, look, see, this is the problem. This reminds me a bit of the Dominator, and that's what's messing with me. Headlight covers, you can do some fun stuff. I think the one that I did for a second, because I thought it looked really cool, was this, but then you literally don't have any headlights, which I went back to this. Hood, we went with the carbon. Obviously, you got the big blowers, the bug catcher. Horn, we left alone. Lights, we left alone. Livery, you got some cool. Actually, you got one that's really cool. That's pretty cool too. I like that. But this one here, what I like about this is it's the livery of the RT, the real world RT. So you can really make some cool versions of this vehicle. We may have to get a second one of these. I know I said that about the Vulcar. I haven't bought one yet. Little camo action. More racing style stuff. The rear panel you can change around a little bit, not a whole lot, but at least, you know, there's something there. Roll cage, we didn't mess around with any. Oh, it looks like it's going to change our seats though. So do we want racing seats or do we want to keep it stock inside? That's a good question. I didn't realize it actually changed that. I haven't looked at these. I'm just going to leave it alone for right now. Roof, you can do carbon fiber, but I mean, I think that's kind of going overboard with the carbon fiber. Skirts. Spoiler, we didn't touch that because we're doing a drift build, of course. Suspension, we did not go all the way down, but we're right here. Transmission, we got the race transmission. Turbo, of course, we have the turbo. Wheels, we are rocking sport wheels with the carbon black, I believe. Windows, just the dark smoke, and that is the full build. Now I'm starting to have second thoughts. There we go. That looks good. I like that. So unstanced everything. I was just messing around a little bit last night with this. You can just whip some wicked donuts with this thing. Thing has all kinds of power. So today's going to be a fun one for you guys. You are going to get to take a look at a track. It's not published yet, so you won't have the download link, but this is going to be one of the first releases that you're going to see from this new character, for content that is, for, you know, fresh motorsports oriented content. I was going to save everything and, you know, just kind of release it as the events came along, but I kind of wanted to just release this one right off the bat. We may or may not have an odd spawn point here. May or may not. Nope, not. Oh, I was gonna say not a bit of damage. I got a little scratch there, don't I? I did not see it move one bit. I am not convinced it's stancing. All right, so the car is not stancing up. But thankfully it's already a pretty slippery car because it at least still gives us a shot to get something out of it. Shit. Oh, I like this car already. It's slick, but when it starts getting out of control, you can kind of save it sometimes. Not that last time, because I got a little too out of control. Got a little too aggressive with it. Oh, hit the dirt. right there. I started getting hectic. I did on the other lap too. Man, that's a tough corner. Maybe I need to drop low like that though, and then just manji out. Chuckadori. Let's go over here. A little this. Why not? The donut pad. This section up too, huh? This one might be a little tight though. Well guys, this is a beast, not just in the name of the Hellfire, the Demon, the Hellcat, the Red Eye, all that good stuff. It is a great car here in GTA Online. Not only aesthetically pleasing, not only is it a sweet car, hell, I'll throw in a little B-roll footage of the drag racing. It's a fun drag racing car too. Had a lot of fun, and obviously you're seeing another little sneak peek of the drag strip coming out. That'll be one of the next things that releases for you guys. This track here is the Blaine County Driftway. Hopefully you guys did enjoy it. I took it backwards at the last time. It's not even really designed to be there in that way, but because the way that this track is designed, it allowed it just fine. So I am ready to give this thing a grade. Obviously here in the Desert Drift Series, we judge on 3 separate aspects: cost, driftability, and the efficiency. So let's start it off with cost. Obviously, it's a new vehicle in GTA Online, so it's going to cost you an arm and a leg and half of your other foot. Thankfully, the Nebula Turbo, even the Gauntlet Class, these have been pretty reasonably priced. I mean, yeah, $745 grand for a $50,000, $60,000 vehicle. I know it's ridiculous when we're saying that that's fair price, but compared to how things are in GTA, inflation is high. I do see that these are reasonably priced. Okay, they're well under $1 million. They're much closer to the $750,000 mark. This one's well under $750,000, almost close to $500,000. I mean, come on, nah. $745,000 will get you in the car, and then you got a few customizations, as you've seen in the customization shop earlier. However, it's nothing too crazy. You're not going to be able to spend a ton of money, and maybe that's a good thing. That probably is a good thing. Needless to say, this car is great on the drag strip, it's great on the drift track, and ultimately here with cost, we're not keeping in mind anything other than drifting. The car drifts well. It doesn't stance, and we'll talk about that very soon here in this video. Cost itself for the car, if you're picking up the car solely to be a drift car, we've given some pretty high grades to vehicles that are higher up in cost due to their high-end driftability. This car drifts very well. I wish I knew what it would be like if it stanced. I wish we could get rid of that, you know, get that little extra slidey handling line, but unfortunately that's just not going to happen, so we can't bicker and moan too much about that. Fact of the matter is, I will give it a 9, and actually I'll give it a 9.5. There's not a whole lot of reason I would hit it here. It is $750,000. You can be more conservative if you want here on this build and not spend a ton of money. Now, the reason why I would give it a little bit higher, and I know I'm not supposed to keep this in account, but then you have a great car that you can do all kinds of stuff in. Like, it's a new car, like you can do a lot of stuff. This car is cool. It has a fun handling line. It's a great looking vehicle. As I said, the drag strip will be calling this thing's name. I'm sure there's other muscle cars that'll beat it. No, we're not talking about that. Like I said, 9.5. That'll bring us into driftability. How does it drift? It drifts very, very well, in my opinion. I think it's one of the top contending drift vehicles that we've gotten released in the game as of the past, well, since it's been released. We haven't gotten a ton of drift-worthy vehicles, and this is one of them. Let me also state that without that slippery handling, what we have, let's put that aside, this car handles very well. It has just the right amount of stick, in my opinion. Like, I have to give this a 10 out of 10 on driftability. It has a real strong clutch kick. It's a little laggy if you're not right in the right RPMs, which it took me a second to figure out. 9.5, 10, that brings us to efficiency. I have to hit it once on efficiency because it doesn't stance. We just never, how many licks does it take to get to the center of Tootsie Pop? The world may never know. How will the Hellfire drift with a stance? The world may never know. It will probably never know. Another thing the world does not want to find out is, will Rockstar patch the handling line to this vehicle? We have to do one thing right now to get the other real efficient, the efficient grade for efficiency. We have to damage the rear end of this thing a bit, the front end. I really don't think we're going to get too much affecting with the damage here. Not nearly as much as we normally would with a drift car, just because we're not stanced up on this vehicle. And with the damage suspension that you get from the stancing, that's really on top of the, fender damage and all that. That's really what kind of starts messing with your vehicle. Makes it hop. It makes it a little bit, well, quite a bit in some vehicles, a lot less able to be handled for drift. All right, we got some pretty decent rear end damage. We got some front end damage. I'm just going to slide it around a little bit, see if I can see any hop. So efficiency, I'm not going to hit it anything other than the 1. So that's a 9.5, a 10, and a 9. That brings us to a 28.5 for the Hellfire as a drift car in the Does It Drift series. A very good scoring vehicle. And, I could kind of tell that it was going to be. It was a little shocking that it didn't stance. I was assuming it was going to stance. With all that said, I appreciate every single one of you guys tuning in, liking, commenting, subscribing, sharing the videos. If you're sharing the videos, if you're not sharing the videos, god damn it, share the videos, all right? As always, guys, hope you all stay happy out there. Please stay positive, and we will definitely speak to you next time.